to our channel. I'm Colleen and this is Our Blessed Life, and today I have everybody here with me. We're going to do something a little different today. You may not know, if you're new to our channel, that Sophie was adopted from China about 4 years ago. She's been asking about specifically the pink sandals that she had on her adoption day. And of course we kept all those items, and we have some other items that we purchased in China and some things that were given to us by friends. And so we're going to show some of those things today. And this is really going to be the first time that Sophie has seen them since 4 years ago. So we have not shown her these items prior to this just because she wasn't ready. She would have a reaction. If she saw a picture related to China or her adoption, she would actually kind of shield her eyes from it, just not wanting to see it, and just wasn't ready to deal with it prior. But now she's been asking a lot more questions, and so we thought that we would just go through these things with her and just see, what she wants to ask about them and that sort of thing. So Sophie, we're gonna start with this bag here. This was all the things that you were wearing or were given at the time of your adoption. So I know you want to start with the shoes, so I'm going to give you the shoes first.
I saw those shoes right there. I saw these.
All right, so these were the little shoes that Sophie was wearing at the time that she was placed with us. They were too small and her toes were kind of hanging out the end, but these were the shoes that she had. We literally had to buy some shoes that day. They were so small.
Which shoes I was wearing when you got in China?
These are the shoes. Do you want to hold it?
How? Which shoes you were giving me?
Are they pretty, Sophie?
These are the shoes you were wearing when you came to Mommy and Daddy in China.
Which ones when you get me from China?
These. Those are the ones.
Do you remember those?
No, they're too small.
I know they're too small now, but do you remember wearing those a long time ago?
No.
No, I don't remember.
Mm-mm.
All right, these were the little pants that Sophie was wearing. Do you remember those, Sophie?
No.
No.
You don't remember those either?
I do.
Okay. All right, you want me to put this up?
You got to.
I do, Sophie.
How?
Because I was there.
You gonna put these up.
This is the little shirt that she was wearing. Her clothes were too big at the time, but this is the little shirt that she was wearing. Do you remember this, Sophie?
Mm-hmm. And these two.
What is that, Sophie?
Happy.
Hello,
Yes, Hello
Kitty.
Kitty. Now, an interesting thing about Hello Kitty is we had no idea that she was going to come to us wearing a Hello Kitty shirt, but we had brought Katie's Hello Kitty blanket from when she was a little girl, just a tiny little thing, and we brought that to use in Sophie's crib while we were in China, and she still has that blanket and she still sleeps with that blanket.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that we brought that blanket to you in China?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me?
Yeah, I'll put these up.
You have had it is for that long, Sophie.
What are you going to do?
All right, this was a bag that they gave us.
Yeah.
And it had some documents and things like that. Do you want to hold it?
No.
No, you don't like it?
I won't hold it.
Okay, and then this was your blankie. This was,
It's blanket.
it was really dirty and it was kind of tied into a knot, but this was a blankie that you had.
Which blanket? That?
Yep.
When I got that blanket.
Do you remember
In
that?
China, that was your blankie.
Do you remember that?
No, it wasn't a baby.
It was a baby blanket.
But you were 3 years old then.
It's
Yeah,
oh.
you were really,
That was really,
little.
it's really, really dirty, but I didn't wash any of this stuff because I wanted her to see it the way it actually was. All right, now this was a book. I honestly don't remember where this came from. I don't remember if this was a gift from somebody or if it was something we bought or even if it was something that came with her.
I think that just came with
Oh, you know what it was? We had sent a birthday gift and we didn't know what it was going to be because it was through Lifeline, and this came with her.
Okay.
So that's what that was.
Yeah, I got
Well, that makes sense. It's a toy.
This was your bottle that you used in China, and it was the only sippy cup that we could find that you could actually have enough strength to get any liquids out of. So this is it's basically just a straw sippy cup that we bought in like a Chinese Walmart type store. So what do you think about that, Sophie?
Yeah?
You actually picked that out.
What do you want me to do with it?
I showed you two and you like that one. All right, and this was a gift from the hotel. We stayed at the Garden Hotel in China, and this was a gift from them when we got to Guangzhou.
I like it.
This was a souvenir that we bought you in China.
Like that.
It's like a little music box.
I like that.
I remember that. The fan. That's a Chinese fan, Sophie.
And then this fan was a fan that we bought. Do you remember this, baby?
Yeah.
So Sophie had the pink sandals and she really, really loved them when she came to us, but they were way too small. Her like whole toes were sticking out and hanging forward. So we picked these up at a Walmart type store. Similar type of shoe. And you actually picked these out too, Sophie.
What? They're too small now.
And you wore those the entire time we were in China until we went to Guangzhou and we got you these shoes. And these are squeaky shoes, which are, let's see if I can make them squeak. This is like popular with little kids in China, and so we bought some of these, and she actually, since she was 3.5 years old, this was probably one of the larger sizes where you could still get these little squeaky things, and the things that make the noise actually can be taken out. But and so we did take those out, and she kind of wore these with little dresses and stuff in China. She didn't wear them very much because she really liked these pink shoes. You want to see these?
How they squeak?
How they squeak, you push them on the bottom.
See what that white thing is? And when we put these on you, you would dance and jump around and make a squeaky noise.
No.
Do you like those, Sophie?
Now I pick one.
Okay, all right. This was a dress that we bought her in China when we were in Guangzhou. This was actually at Shaman Island where we picked this up, and then we took a picture in this. Do you remember this?
No.
This was a size 2. Let me see if I can button it where you can see what it's supposed to look like.
No.
It was a real pretty little dress. Tiny, tiny, tiny dress. Yeah, this was for 4th of July right after she came home. Do you remember? Do you remember pictures with that?
Because I was wearing that porch.
On the back porch, that's right.
Because
in the
the
picture
other
of
one
you and
have pool. That one have pool.
Yeah, that's the house we have a pool, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty
This
cool.
dress was a dress that we picked up in China at the China Walmart. Do you see that, Sophie? Isn't that pretty?
Little.
Yeah, it is. You were tiny. So we had brought clothing for her, and she was 3.5 years old, and I had bought clothing that's like a 24-month size because I had her measurements and I knew that she was going to be tiny, but really everything was too big. So we ended up having to buy this to just kind of help out, and there were several things that we brought that she wasn't able to wear. All right, this was the dress that she wore on the day that we went to the American Embassy in Guangzhou to do the final paperwork that she had to do to get her visa so that she could come home. Right, and then we had this one. This is one that we brought with us to China, and it was one of the ones that was small enough for her to wear. Has a little S for Sophie right there.
Yeah, how
I remember a picture of you sitting on Daddy's lap in a bus, and you were just grinning and so happy. And it was one of the first pictures we had of you happy.
Which you guys are going to buy?
You were wearing the pink shoes, I think.
Remember
And
that.
then this was from Old Navy. And we brought it with us, and this dress I know she wore at a picture at Shaman Island. This little t-shirt, this was given to us by our adoption agency for Sophie, and it says, "I'm a lifeline child."
It's too small.
It's too small now, but at the time you wore this and it was big on you. This was actually made for her as a gift from the orphanage children. They actually made this by hand. So
Wow,
Sophie,
it's very, very pretty.
what do you think about that? It's like a vase.
The children in the orphanage made that for you?
That was an adoption day gift. They had a special bag and everything.
The other
This
children.
thing is big.
It is pretty.
I was thinking out loud. I spoke of your bravery, your wit and So move close to me, love me differently, differently. You lay beside me, you held my hand in the dark. I started fighting, 'cause I was scared of it all. And isn't it glorious how love gets the best of us? Yeah, I got feelings, but I'm a tough one sometimes. Please move close to me. You love differently. So move close to me. Love me differently, differently. Please move close to me. You love.
Howdy doody, friends.
Thanks for watching our video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Love